I've never played Pokemon Soul Silver, and well, I wanted to play through it. But the problem was, Pokemon's kind of an easy game, so it just wouldn't be very fun. So I thought of ways to make it more challenging. And then I thought of it. I should try to beat the games using only one Pokemon. And it wouldn't be very fun to use the starters, because, well, they're actually good. Everyone loves their early game Pokemon. You got your Pidgeys, you got your Caterpies, you got your Rattatas. The whole thing with these Pokemon is they evolve early on and they're pretty good in the beginning, but near the end of the game, they kind of fall off. So I thought I would use one of them. Now, there's one Pokemon that's always forgotten, I feel like, in the beginning. Everyone always passes him by. They neglect him, even though deep down they know he's the best. You know who I'm talking about, of course. It's Weedle. Weedle has a pretty fun evolutionary line. It goes from a caterpillar with a clown nose, I mean, what more could you want in a Pokemon, to a cocoon, to a freaking bee with stingers for hands. Like, how cool can you get? Like, that's basically like a dude having swords for hands. Bro, I don't know how people are picking a freaking bird over this guy. The problem comes, though, with its stats. You know you messed up when whatever this is has better stats than you. Anyways, that's enough explaining. Let's jump right into it. I start off the game by picking my starter and naming him Dead Meat, and then promptly going over, picking myself up a Weedle, then putting Dead Meat back up for adoption. I had to create the best name I could for Weedle, but then I thought of it. Weedle has the word weed in it. You know what causes weed to grow? The sun. You know what else is yellow like the sun? Gold. You know why people like gold? That's right, because it comes from dirt. You know what else comes from dirt? Flowers. You know what else loves flowers? That's right, bees. And you know what bees do? That's right, they make a buzz. Boom. And then if you look at the sun too long, it can kill you. Easy. Buzz, kill. Buzz, kill. Easy as pie. I'm a genius. You're welcome. After a couple battles, I'm able to evolve Buzzkill into a Kakuna, and then into a Beedrill. Gym in this game is a flying type gym, which is strong against my bug type, which makes this game really hard. Plus, his first Pokemon, Pidgey, only spams Sand Attack, which lowers my accuracy, making it where I have to try this fight a lot of times. After a while, I come up with a pretty good strategy. I just spam Harden to max out my defense, while the Pidgey just spams Sand Attack to lower my accuracy. Once my defense is maxed, I take out the Pidgey. Then he sends out his next Pokemon. And it's a pretty hard fight because I have to poison it for the strategy to work, which takes a couple tries because of my accuracy being low. Once I poison it, I try to out-heal it. But it does take a while because the Pokemon knows Roost, where it basically heals half its health. But eventually, I'm able to out-heal it, and it runs out of Roosts, and I can get a lucky hit and take it out. While at the store, someone gives me a strange egg, and then I meet a strange person. Hey, that egg is really important, like super important. It matters a lot, okay? So could you please take care of it? Yeah, sure. Imagine not even being born and getting put up for adoption. Haha, loser. After dealing with the egg, I fight off some Team Rocket Grunts from, like, chopping off Pokemon tails or something. And then I'm able to go to the Bug Gym. The Bug Gym overall is pretty easy, but the big problem with it is the Scyther. The Scyther is pretty fast because it knows Quick Attack, which will make it where it always goes first, unless you have an item. So I bring X-Defend with me, and I use it so I can raise my defense ahead of time. Then I use Harden to max out my defense, and then I slowly whittle down Scyther until he dies. After taking out the Scyther, he sends out his Metapod, which is an absolute joke, and then, well,
I'm sorry, little one.
While exploring the woods, I come across a lady who asked me to help her because she's lost. But then I remembered, never talk to strangers, so I left her lost in the woods like a good little boy. Hey, can you tell me my fortune? Oh, I actually don't really tell fortunes. It's just made up so I can scam. What's that? What do you say? If you subscribe, you get 70 years of good luck. No, I never said that. Wait, hey, no lying. No one likes a liar. You heard it here, guys. Make sure to subscribe, just like this guy said. Oh, I didn't say that. Shut up. Finally, fight the next gym leader. She sends out her Clefairy, which is pretty weak, so I'm able to get off a lot of hardens to max up my defense. So it really can't do anything to me. And then I take it out, and then she sends out her Miltank. Now, because of my max defense, I really can't do anything to Miltank, but Miltank is very, very bulky. Plus, whenever I get low, it just milk drinks, which will heal half of its health. But I know her Roost, so I can heal half my health. So this fight ends up taking a very, very long time. Luckily, I am able to take out the Miltank and actually do this gym first try. To progress the game, I had to beat this dumb redhead, but his Gatling at the beginning of every round would always kamikaze itself and use Curse, which basically made the fight impossible to win. So I just kept doing the fight until it just didn't use it, and then I just hit him with a... and I win. After climbing a lighthouse and getting to the very top, I find the gym leader, who is helping a sick Pokemon, and she tells me I have to get it medicine across the ocean to a nearby island. And Beedrill doesn't know Surf, so this is a pretty big problem. So that means I need to go find a Pokemon that knows Surf. But there's one problem. I'm doing a blind playthrough. And so I don't want to grind up a Magikarp into a Gyarados so it can learn Surf. That's the only Pokemon I really know of other than Marill, basically a obese, fat rat. And I didn't know this going into, but I kind of figured it out. The one spot it can spawn, it has a 1% spawn rate. 1%. So it took me a very, very long time. And you can see my reaction when I finally get it.
Yes! 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 Yes!
However, Anakin, I have the high ground. You underestimate my power. Don't try it.
I was really devastated after that, but luckily after a little bit more grinding, I'm able to finally find and catch that overweight rat. It turns out I did miss a gym, the Ghost Gym, so I have to go back and do that. 3 of his Pokemon know Curse, which is basically a kamikaze move that will just take me out. So I have to not max my defense on his first 2 Pokemon, which are pretty weak, and just take them out as fast as I can before they can use Curse. And then eventually sends out his Gengar, which is the Pokemon I usually need to max out my defense for. And after some clever defense, stalling, and healing, I'm able to slowly get attacks off, slowly and surely, and whittle down the Gengar's health to 0. And then he just sends out his last Pokemon, who does use Curse, but I'm able to barely take it out, leaving myself only with a slither of HP left. After taking out the Ghost type gym leader, I'm able to make my way over to the nearby island. On the island, there is a gym. It's a fighting type gym, which is strong against bug type, but it's mostly physical attackers. So I just max up my defense on the first Pokemon, but he uses double team a ton of times whenever I use Harden. So he's basically very, very hard to hit. So the only thing I can really do is just stall until he runs out of moves and takes himself out. He only has 2 Pokemon, so he sends out his last Pokemon, which I do have to stall a little bit just to make sure I don't die. At one point, I literally get at 8 HP, and eventually I'm able to whittle it down and take it out after a very long time. I finally obtain the medicine, and then I go back to the lighthouse, give it to the Pokemon so I can finally fight the gym leader. Now this gym leader is a steel type, which resists poison and bug. And she has a Steelix, which is a rock steel, and I am a poison bug, making it where it's 4 times resistance to me. And I literally fight the gym leader for over 3 hours without making a dent in her team. So, just like every other person when they're out on their luck, I turn to gambling. After gambling for a bit, I finally have enough coins so I can buy Metronome. Metronome is an item that makes it where every single time you use a move over and over again, it gets stronger and stronger. I started off by taking out her Magnemite and then moving on to her Steelix. Then I slowly set up Harden to max up my defenses, and then slowly but surely whittle away at its health. I barely do any damage, but the Metronome buffs my damage just enough so I can finally whittle down its health and take it out. And then her next few Pokemon after that are basically a complete joke. And this was probably the hardest gym for me personally in the whole playthrough. It's just utter madness. 3 hours, man. 3 hours. But after that, I get to go on some wacky adventures and stop some Team Rocket grunts. But eventually I need to go back and fight the Ice Gym Leader, and it's pretty easy, honestly. Any type in this game that doesn't resist bug or poison, for me, was pretty easy overall in this game. But to get to the last Gym Leader, I have to solve this really dumb puzzle that you're only seeing a fraction of. It probably took me at least an hour and a half just to beat, because I didn't realize I'd have a Pokemon that had strength, so I had to go back and get the obese rat and teach it strength so I can complete the puzzle and then put it back up. And then I find a lady who's stuck in the ice, and I remember not to talk to strangers again, and I leave her stuck in the ice like a good little boy. I can finally face the last gym leader, who mainly uses dragon types, but she sends out her Gyarados, which is a water type, and can't really do anything to me, so I just decide to max up my defense and then take the Gyarados out, which does take a while because it's big health. And then her last couple Pokemon doesn't take too long, and this was probably a pretty easy fight for the last gym leader. After beating the last gym leader, I'm told I need to go to the underground cave and sing a song or something, awaken the legendary Pokemon, so I try my best. Put your hands up, playing my song, butterflies fly away, up my hips like yeah. Hands up. I could finally face the legendary Pokemon, Lugia. I knew our battle would be legendary, and each punch and throw and kick would rock the heavens. But I got scared, and I ran away. After all that, I could finally face the Elite Four and then the champion. The first Elite Four is Psychic type, and I literally take out all his Pokemon in 1 or 2 hits. Then the next Elite Four. This one is a poison type and resists most of my attacks, so I have to stall most of his Pokemon. His last Pokemon, Muck, which is probably the one you're going to be watching the most time, this is only half the fight. Just fighting the Muck alone took 20 minutes. One of his Pokemon, a Crobat, could literally one-shot me if he got 1 crit off. So I had to try this fight a lot of times just to get lucky. This whole fight overall, fighting all his Pokemon, took 45 minutes. Just let that sink in. 45 minutes for one little fight. The next Elite Four is a fighting type. It was probably actually a lot easier than the fighting type gym leader because his Hitmontop can't really do anything. So I just max my defense and then he just switches his Pokemon. I take them all out. I noticed how after the first 3 of the Elite Four, I only had 2 attack moves. Made it impossible to beat 6 Pokemon with 2 moves. So I had to restart and replace Roost with a different move. I replaced it with a dark type move so I could take out the Psychic Elite Four easily. And then I just bought a ton of heal potions to make up for having no heal move. Then I had to get rid of Hidden Power, my most strongest attack, and replace it with Cut, which sucks, but it has more attack moves. Even after that, I realized I still didn't have enough moves to make it all the way to the last Elite Four. So I put in the work, I put in the hours, I stayed hungry, I devoured until I was level 85, and I could one-shot most of the Pokemon and make it to the last Elite Four. The last Elite Four is a Dark type user, and I'm a Bug type, so I can one-shot most of the Pokemon other than Gengar, but eventually I take it out, and I can finally face the champion. But luckily, like most dads, I use all my extra gambling money to buy performance-enhancing drugs. I use all the performance enhancement drugs on my Pokemon at the very start, and then I would literally one-shot every single one of his darn Pokemon, and I defeat the champion. And then I'm crowned the champion myself. And that's it. I beat the game only using a Beedrill. Thanks for watching. Bye.